All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Bullets, Barbells, and Barbecue. It's me, Brett, as always. Chris is here. Matt is here as well. And Tanner is here also. We had a scheduled guest, and he bailed on us like a real piece of shit. So we're going to have just random information day today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt got a flat rock from Traeger.
Fucking awesome. Big dick energy. It's great.
You do have two of the most expensive things that Traeger makes.
Yes.
At your house.
I got one of the bun butterer that sits on
that little roller thing there?
Yeah, so it's a tray that you put butter in and it melts, and then it's got this perforated roller and you just roll the bun across.
It's like a cheese grater.
Yeah,
cheese grater, right?
Yeah, like
cheese grater.
Yeah, like almost forces it into the bread.
So bougie, lazy first world.
Wow.
It's fucking awesome. Like it's too much for me to have like a brush or a knife and put it on there. I need something I can just roll across. And
yeah, nobody's got time for that.
I mean, I was pretty happy because I bought like a cheese slicer, like the old roller one with the little wire on it.
With the little wire, yeah.
I was like, I need a cheese slicer.
Is it the adjustable kind? So it's got the cheese slicer, and then you can. Oh.
Dude, I've cut so much Velveeta with that when I was younger because that's all my mom would buy was Velveeta.
Well,
so much cheese substitute was cut with those.
Where'd you find a cheese slicer with a wire on it?
Amazon.
Really? I've been looking for one. And I didn't.
Well, they're old school. I'm like, this is the best thing that I ever used to slice cheese.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, so I mean,
we have one of those cutting boards that has the wire for cutting cheese, and that works pretty smooth. But those
I don't have a self butterer.
Dude, that thing's fucking great. You just roll it through. If you want some more butter, send her back through.
Man,
set it down.
I'm coming over to your house.
How much butter do you have to put in there for it to?
This one holds a stick. It's
so
not
does
like
the
Pittman's
wheel go all the
giant.
way down to the bottom? That's what I'm saying. So do you have to have so much butter before it makes contact with the wheel?
It's pretty close, but it's not like rubbing on the bottom. I bet you could probably get through 3/4 of a stick. Like you don't need to have.
I was like, is it like one swipe and then it's like gone?
Oh no! Now it's not the giant vat that Pittman uses. This will just hold like a stick.
Did you watch? Was it The Strongest in the World? That series with Eddie Hall and those guys.
Strongest man in history.
Yeah, and then he did Eddie Eats America. Did you watch that where he did like the eating challenges? And he's like at this guy's like food cart, whatever. Like and this guy's making pretzels, and he like takes a bite of the pretzel and then dips it in the guy's like main butter supply. He's like just fucking double dips it, and the guy's like, "That's cool. I'll just make some more butter later." Like it was when he like brushed out and he just like dumps it, like dips in there. What have you made on the flat rock though besides just butter?
Just smash burger.
Oh, I thought you were just eating buttered bread off there.
Yeah, I mean that's most of it. It's like if I'm gonna make 2 burgers, I make 17 buns, so I can just eat them while everything's cooking.
Now it's weird, but can you butter the other side?
Sure.
Does it tear up the crust though?
No, I don't. Well, I don't think it would.
Because you get the buttery on both sides. It's really good too.
I don't think it's just perforated. It's not like cheese grater cuts, so it just rolls over. So I don't think it would do any damage to it. I'll try it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's mostly just burgers. I did get a bunch of ground elk, which I've been making burgers into. Fucking.
I brought me some. I'm gonna try.
Do you mix anything with it?
These I didn't. I just took them and like, it comes in like 1 pound squares and just took off chunks, rolled them, put them on there, smashed them down. Really good. Just did like SPG. That's Cosmos, right? What I got from you, yeah. And I just put that on there. It's really fucking good.
They didn't put any other fat with it when they processed it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Are you cooking it with tallow?
I just put some like avocado oil because that's what I had on top of the griddle.
That's very healthy.
Super healthy. That's me. I am healthy. And put
all
that
the butters
down.
in
The picture of health, actually.
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
thought elk was like super lean though.
It is. It's like 90-10 or better.
That's
for
what
most
they
of it.
probably had to put something with it when they.
Well, you just have to cook it under, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you cooked it too much, I'm sure it would dry out. But I think they were probably close to 5-ounce balls. But if you went to like those 3-ounce, like which I think most smash burger patties are like real thin 3-ouncers, maybe you dry out there. But I mean, it cooks fast enough that you're not, especially on that. I don't know. Again, that's my only experience with a griddle. I haven't used a Blackstone or anything else. But
does it smell bad like bison does? Like bison smells like pee.
No, this tastes really good. Like the meat itself is really good. It's not like it has a little gaminess to it, but not like if you had like deer or some of the others, that's like, oh, that's the forest.
When I use lean meat to make a burger, I'll grind up an onion, like throw it in like a food processor and just like scoop it in, and it just like adds a little moisture to it.
When I took that sausage making class, he said you count onion as liquid.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Oh,
when you're measuring out, because it'll basically turn itself in. Once you run it through the grinder, it just turns to liquid.
Yeah, I had to scoop it in.
He was just asking before the podcast if anybody ever made sausage. You didn't say anything. But you took a whole class on making sausage?
Yeah, I took it, but I didn't make I don't do the casings.
Oh.
So I took the class, but everything's done off of weight. I did it with the guy from Cure up in Fort Calhoun.
That place is so great.
But yeah, he's like very old school, but he does everything by weight. It's not just like a guess. How much ever meat it is, you do it by weight.
Yeah.
So he weighs all of his like spices separately, and then he puts it all together.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have, like we were saying before, I have probably 15 to 20 pounds of ground pork that we got with the last hog that we bought. And I always struggle what to do with that. You can put it in chili, and chili's really good, but it's not really chili season.
It's always chili season.
Yeah, ish.
Not really.
But so I want to make. You
You don't eat hot food in the wintertime? Never.
No, never.
Not soup, not chili. No.
Chili's not really.
You mean the
soup.
summertime? Hot food in the summertime?
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
You said wintertime.
Wintertime.
Oh, sorry.
I knew what you meant.
Chili's not really soup. Come on.
It's like one of those mixed foods.
It's a hearty soup.
Yeah.
A hearty soup.
A hearty soup.
Yeah, it's like when you eat hamburger and drink water. That's what it is in your stomach is chili.
Little extra seasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't you have a bunch of brisket though too?
Yeah, I have a bunch of brisket pieces.
You could mix that together.
I could. I don't. Brisket and pork. I don't know. Maybe.
Beef and pork mix. That might be good.
Yeah.
Or at least the fat. Well, the pork's already gonna be super fatty.
Yeah. And again, if anyone wants some,
Did you get some casings?
I don't have any casings yet. I was trying to
Are
figure out
you
what
gonna
to
do cased?
Probably.
I just did patties.
I mean, I could just do patty. Like you could make up the guts of whatever you're gonna put in there and just do.
Because there's a lot of
patty.
different techniques when you case them, like whether you
Yeah.
cook them and then you put them right in ice. Again, that makes them like snap more of the skin.
Yeah.
But then you have to worry about like little air bubbles in the skin too.
I mean, we have the KitchenAid, so I
use that
you can
grinder.
so we have the grinder for that, and I know you can get like a sausage stuffer for it, but
I think it comes when you buy the grinder. Didn't your stuffer come with it, or is that a separate thing?
ooh, it might. I don't know. I've only used whatever like the medium filter is for the grinder. It's the only thing I've ever taken out. Everything else is still in the box downstairs.
So
you
the
don't
first
keep it in the freezer.
No.
Keep your grinder stuff in the freezer.
the first
colder
time
you-
I used the
I'll try it
KitchenAid
next time I
grinder.
grind.
The first time I used the KitchenAid grinder, there was like 3 different things in there.
Yeah.
I left all 3 of them in. Just came out as like gummy
Just
paste.
goo.
Just goo. It's like
Look,
what
I
the
made meat paste.
It's like what the fuck is
You
going
making
on
hot
here?
dogs? Yeah.
Well, I was running bacon through it.
Ooh.
Running bacon through it to
Yeah.
mix in, so I do like a 50-50 hamburger and bacon.
Yeah.
But I had some bacon paste the first time. I was like, oh, yeah, probably
oops,
read
yeah.
the directions.
They make Cure does all the bacon that Cure makes. They make ground bacon of all the different versions. So like any of the pork belly, they cure all the belly itself, and then whatever they have that won't cut up into good like bacon strips, they grind it, and you can buy it in 1 pound packages.
Oh,
which is
that's
fucking money.
yes.
I think he sells casings there.
Probably
Where is Cure?
Fort Calhoun, right on the main strip there.
Yeah, I did it. His class was at Helping to Barbecue.
Yeah, and they have kind of weird hours. They're open. Retail's open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I think from like 10 to 5 or 10 to 4. And if you want to order anything, you have to put your order in Wednesday night between 7 and midnight, which is very strange.
Have you met the guy that runs that place?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, the intake, the putting the order in is kind of different, but like
What?
they'll make stuff. The cool thing is,
What
like,
is that? The way you said that.
He's
Be
a
me-
different breed of cat. He's super
Yeah.
smart, nice guy, but he's a different breed of cat,
Yeah.
though.
But he's giving me a lot of, like, he's the one that turned me on to, I can't remember where it is. Green Ridge Farms or something is where we've got our last 3 pigs from, and they've been fucking awesome.
What'd you pay for your last pig?
I got a buddy that his pig has cost him a lot of money.
Probably close to, I think it was around $600 total, maybe $700 total for like a 200-ish pound
with it being processed.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
and they have it processed up in Blair. The Blair Meat Market up there will do it, and they're super nice. That's where the cow we gets processed up there, and then the hogs are done, and like they'll talk you through everything. If you want special cuts, like you want very specific, like 1 1/4 steaks, like they'll do all that stuff and walk you through the whole process, which is really cool. Because the first time we did a hog, the first time we did a cow, we've done cows before, but it was always just like, hey, this is what the butcher gives you. It wasn't like a custom cut list. And the guy called and was like, hey, so what do you want for your cut list? And I was like, what's your usual? And he's like, it's a custom cut list. You can have whatever you want. And I was like, never done that. Can you help me out? And he's like, yeah, we'll just walk through it. And so he went through like every single possible cut that you could have. And he started listing off some stuff and then like was like, oh, you can have it like this, or we can cut it into like big chunks or smaller chunks or thick pieces. And he's like, are you going to do them on the grill? Like when we got our pork for like your pork chops. He's like, are you going to do them on the grill or are you going to do them inside on the cast iron? I was like, well, probably a little bit of both. And he's like, all right, so we'll give you some thicker ones for outside and some thinner ones that you can do inside, and just like walk you through everything on there. It was no additional charge to have it all like custom cut like that. So you can really just get whatever you want and whatever you want to cut, which is really cool.
How are the ribs from them?
I haven't done their ribs.
I got some ribs from Snake River Farms, and they were not that great. Which I don't think it's really their thing, but Costco, I think, still has some of the best.
Yeah.
The best rib pack you can buy.
Yeah, like bang for your buck, Costco ribs, brisket. Like it's just.
Yeah, Snake River is having a sale right now if anybody cares. 20% off if you order 2 briskets.
Ooh.
That's like $80.
Yeah.
How many have you ordered?
I ordered 2 this morning.
Oh.
Where do you think you got this new fridge?
Yeah.
Just gonna fill it with brisket.
Yeah. What else are you going to do with it?
I don't know.
Because Tanner now has to buy expensive briskets because he bought one.
I do.
And when his wife, who drives a truck, says what's going to happen, it's going to happen. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Some more. I'll let you know what I do with the sausage. I like the idea of just making.
You can make like hamburger patties.
Yeah, just make it into patties rather than put them in casings.
With the elk? Or sausages?
With the sausage. The elk, I'll try some stuff, but man, that fucking elk was so good. Just made it into a patty and smashed it.
So I'll probably just do it as ground on the. I'll put it on the Blackstone and do it.
Yeah.
All at one time.
Yep.
I think it'll cook nice.
It was really good. Nebraska Bison was the company I went through.
Is that the Ricketts?
Hopefully. I don't know.
I don't they own the big bison farm, is that them?
I think so.
You just put the Traeger on high for the.
Yeah.
How high does that thing go up to?
Not
High
quite
500?
the sun, but really hot.
It turned.
Well, it actually has temperature on there, which the Blackstone does not.
Yeah, so it'll go, and I want to get I need to get one of the thermal guns that you can point at to check it out. Because the first time I put it on, I thought I was low enough when I had the butter on the other side, and then by the time I looked over, like the butter was boiling. I was like, ooh, we should probably turn that down.
You actually have a temperature gauge on that new one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that, and so does the.
The Blackstone's is like a guess.
Who's the other one? Loco. Loco makes one, and it has it on there also.
Locos look real fancy and bougie.
Yeah.
I mean, not that Traegers look like shit, but there's.
But it's actually cheaper, I think, than the Traeger. The Loco is.
Probably. Everything's cheaper than a Traeger.
Yeah. I watched a thing yesterday about some of the different pizza ovens. And they have
Northwest just got in some pizza ovens.
They get those unis or whatever those are?
No, something Halo.
Oh, is it the one that's wood-fired?
Mm-mm.
Some are wood-fired. You can use pellets.
Oh.
Or you can do pellets or propane.
That Traeger was coming out with like an insert, so you could take out your bottom trays and set it right on top of the fire pot and just use your Traeger, and like a pizza oven would just sit inside there and you could do that.
Yeah, Green Egg is supposed to be making a wedge for the XL, and it still has not happened yet.
Those wedges are complicated.
Well, apparently.
But like Green Mountain has pizza inserts, like ovens. That
Do you have a pizza oven? The propane one? What's that brand that they're doing now?
Which I'm Uni?
Is it Uni?
Well, I think that's like one of the cheaper ones you can get.
There was the one that Northwest got is a 16-inch.
Does it spin?
Is Halo. Yeah, the thing on the oven, the plate on the inside spins.
Yeah, that's I watched a guy talking about it, giving like a review about it.
But the thing they went with that one to carry in stock because that's one of the only or one of the few that actually opens up. So all the others, you have to like go in with a pizza scooper and pick it up. But like this one, you undo some buckles on the side. Yeah, and it just opens up all the way, and you can just get in there. But it'll
so can you still go from the front then too?
Yeah, you could from the front if you wanted.
Oh.
But you can just open it up. And I think they said it'll get to like 700 degrees or something like that.
That's got to just hammer through propane.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
How often are you making pizzas, though?
I don't know. I want to make them more, but I'll just get fatter.
I'm just telling you, you get that thing to
some.
like 800 degrees, and you put it in there.
Cooks in 30 seconds.
They'll do.
It takes like 3-4 minutes, but like the crust is just
so much better.
It's perfect.
And they said that just like running at the average temperature, I don't remember what he said, that this one will do a pizza every 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And you can do thin crust, which is great.
My wife makes a great pizza crust.
Ugh.
That's the worst part about making homemade pizzas, making the dough.
We have it right now. We're having pizza tonight.
Yeah. Well, you got to make it the day before usually, right?
Yeah, sit in the fridge.
I told Aaron, I'm like, hey, Tanner's wife made these like buttermilk biscuit things, and they were so fucking good, all homemade from scratch. She's like, well, do you want me to make some? I'm like, well, if you're offering, I wouldn't be mad.
She's going to get some Grand's biscuits when you're not looking.
She's going to come back with those Thomasville ones and just like have them on a plate. Like, hey, honey, look.
Oh, the English muffins.
These are amazing.
English muffins,
We have biscuits over there after the show.
So what? She made a quiche?
A quiche and some homemade biscuits.
What kind of quiche?
I have no idea.
Is it a vegetable quiche?
No.
Good, because that's not cool.
I mean, I'm sure there might be a vegetable in it, but
you got to give it color.
She also got me. I know I bought bacon, so there's bacon in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can get down on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would say the bacon I got with the pig with the hogs that we've done from Blair, like the bacon it's better than like store-bought stuff, but it's not like if you had like really fucking good bacon, it's not quite that good.
What's that pig that they're like? It's the Wagyu of pigs.
The Berkshire?
Is that what it is?
It's either that one or
I thought it was called something else.
What's that?
I don't
other
think it's
brand?
Berkshire because that's like what Cure does and what you can commonly get up around that area.
Yeah, what's that other one? They sell it at Fairway too, I think, the other one you're talking about. I think.
I don't remember.
I can't think of what it is though. Is Chris looking it up right now? Are you looking up pigs?
It says Berkshire is a rare breed of pig that is highly sought after in the culinary world.
Thank you. It's fine.
The Wagyu of pork.
We won't. Yeah. So I think it's Berkshire. I think is what you're looking for.
Yeah,
that was probably it.
I think it is probably Berkshire.
Yeah, you were
Thanks
wrong.
for helping out, Brett.
We should have known he was right by how animated and happy he was when he's like, Berkshire.
Well, we're just talking
I've been
about
thinking
food,
about it.
so we're all animated.
I've been thinking about it the whole
But
time.
there's another one that Duroc. That's the other one. Like Duroc pork.
That's
They
the
sell
one I
like
was
at
thinking
Fairway.
of.
Well, it's not as good as Berkshire. Clearly.
I have no
So,
freaking
yeah,
idea.
so if you go through
Everything
these guys
Berkshire
that Cure
is
does,
of wealth,
they do
if you haven't
Berkshire.
figured that out yet.
Apparently, Berkshire probably made it.
Yeah, they're probably just in Warren's backyard.
Eating from the money tree.
Yeah. Just fucking slamming them down.
Yeah, what's it like Kobe beef where they only feed it like sake, cream, and beer?
Oh, I don't know. I know like Wagyu, like they don't even let them walk around and they just massage them and stand them in a
Did I tell
dark
you I
room.
looked into getting like a Wagyu calf to raise in our pasture?
It can't be in a pasture. It has to be in a dark barn.
Well, you can raise them differently.
You don't want them too muscular. It won't be Wagyu.
Well, no, like he's not going to walk around. But yeah, that's one of the things they said. You can raise in places, but you want them to have limited access to walk around. But even just a calf, like a calf,
Probably a couple thousand.
$2,500 to $7,000 for a calf.
Yeah, but you know what your turnaround in product sale probably is on that?
Zero, because I'm going to eat all of it.
Oh, well, yeah, that. But you know how much money it saved you then?
Yeah,
I mean, the meat is like $10 to $12 a pound.
at least.
Yeah.
It's funny. You have like the Wagyu or Kobe where they don't move, and then you have like the Piedmontese, which they're on steroids.
I didn't really care for the Piedmontese.
It's pretty lean. It's not bad. The Piedmontese hot dogs, the beef hot dogs, are really freaking good.
Are they better than the Snake River Farms hot dogs?
I have not had those.
I thought I gave you
Oh,
one.
you did.
Yeah, you've
they're
had my
about the
wiener in
same.
your
Like
mouth.
Brett's always putting those wieners in someone's mouth. He's like, oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Those are super
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're not going to get one, but according to the research I did, and I called and talked to one place we could keep one out in our pasture, and you can have just like a singular one, and
I thought you had to have two. I thought cows were like pack. They have to have a buddy, or they get like sad.
Maybe, I mean, it might be sad, but I don't care. I'm going to kill it anyway.
Yeah, maybe the more depressed it is, the better
Yeah.
the meat is.
Yeah.
It's probably not true.
Like stressed out wine grapes are supposed to make the best wine.
Yeah. I don't know.
But either way, we're not going to get one. And then I looked at bison to see if you could have, like, raising some of those. But those, like, really need to be in a herd of 5 or more. And they don't give a fuck about fences. Everywhere I said, like, if you put a fence, they don't care.
And they have I believe they have, like, a decent vertical as far as clearing fences.
When people walk up to them, like, you see them at Yellowstone or whatever, I'm like, you guys are idiots.
Yeah.
These things will just, like, crush you.
Even the domesticated bison are not. They're like the wolf dogs. Like, it's like, cool, but it's going to eat you. Like, it's going to bite you one day.
Yeah. We went to, like, a bison farm when we were, like, elementary school, and they, like, their gates are, like, double high because they can clear, like, a 6-foot
they're fucking
fence.
athletes.
I would love to see a bison jump a 6-foot fence.
Well, and I was like, all it has to do is get its front end over because it's real
the
front
back end's
heavy.
just going to follow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somersault.
Yeah, so either way, I did some investigating on having Wagyu and bison, and I don't think we're going to do either one.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, very.
Speaking of athletic animals, ESPN 8 The Ocho has been on this week. Have you watched this?
No.
So they had the axe throwing and knife throwing championships run yesterday.
Okay.
Those guys are also the pillar of athleticism.
Yep.
Freaking dodgeball, or not the tag. Have you seen the tag on there?
The professional, that's on all the time,
That's
though, not just on
intense.
there. The best
That's
is when they
fucking
dive
intense.
for someone and miss and just fucking face plant. They have you seen the baseball that they play where they like dance?
Oh, the bananas.
Yes, the
Basketball?
bananas. They're like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
Oh, they're great. Like they'll like throw a strike and then they'll like get down, like start dancing. The umps get into it. That's amazing.
Somebody told me, and so they score per inning. Like if it's like a 3 to, so it's like say it's 3-2 runs in like the 5th inning. Whoever has 3 gets 1 point.
Yes.
Oh,
They score it that way, which is kind of cool. And it's a 2-hour time limit on the game.
Yeah.
as it should be.
And then it's the last inning. It's just all the runs count.
Yeah.
So like if you won,
So
like
the last inning's the way to go.
well, kind of, but like it's like so you can get.
Well, don't they
basically
play
a
it
point-
so there's only like a pitcher and an outfielder, right? And you're just fucking trying to hit bombs, isn't it, on the last inning?
Yeah,
They take everyone out. There's only like 2 people on defense.
it's freaking great.
Like the
But you
wiffle
have to
ball.
make it. If you hit, I think there's only an outfielder and a pitcher, and when you hit, you have to make it to home plate,
or you don't get. Yeah.
or it doesn't count. Like you're just done. Like everybody gets to hit, or however they decide to do that. But you have to, you're hit, and you have to get to home plate.
Huh.
Otherwise, it's
So someone watched basketball and was like, "Fuck yeah, we can do this."
it's in you told me it's in Italy.
No, that's the Stoic. That's the MMA rugby.
Oh, that's right. We were
Yeah.
talking about that. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, the bananas and who they play? The power. What the fuck was the other team?
Bottoms.
Yeah, yeah. It only makes sense. The bananas and the power bottoms played.
I don't know who else would play.
But I think the bananas lost actually.
They're hilarious though. I mean, it is great. They're sitting there just dancing and doing all kinds of shit, doing backflips to catch balls.
I think on the Ocho, the slippery stairs is one of my favorites. Where they just put soap all over those like vinyl stairs, like people have to try to run up them as fast as they can.
Wasn't that what the Japanese game show, the Extreme?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was watching something on.
Wipeout and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the thing where they put those like rubber chickens on their feet, and they're like in a room like this, and then one guy's blindfolded and he gets like a belt.
Oh yeah, and he tries to hit them.
And so they have rubber chickens on their feet.
So
like if
it's those
you
rubber
move-
chickens that make
Is
noise.
this Jackass 5?
No, it was
It got violent though when I was watching it.
man, it was great. And this guy like he's holding the other guy, so the guy's like hitting him, and he keeps turning, like using the guy as a shield. Freaking
Is that the one
awesome.
where he fell over the back of the couch?
Yeah,
And the guy kept hitting him.
That sounds exactly like something off Jackass.
But yeah, they have to wear those like chickens that make a bunch of noise so
Yeah.
they can see where they're. It's like Marco Polo kind of.
Speaking of violent, there's professional pillow fighting now. Did you see that? That was on ESPN.
like pillow fighting, like when we
The
were
Ocho?
young, or
It was on.
violent.
We were driving by DJ's dugout last night.
But like, are they
and,
taking a feather
I saw it
pillow
on that
and like rolling
ginormous
it up
screen.
into a ball at the end of the suitcase, so it's just a fucking rock?
Yeah, or is it like on Full Metal Jacket where it's pillows with
Socks.
bars of
There's
soap, or
soap.
bars of soap in it? I mean,
Yeah.
I just Googled it. It's a professional sporting league.
everything
also have
is.
lingerie
World's
football,
first
so-
professional pillow fighting league.
I didn't realize that knife and axe throwing were 2 separate leagues.
I guess it makes sense.
But when I was watching it, they were throwing knives and axes, so I was very confused.
They're just getting them both out of the way at the same time.
Yeah,
How like a specialty, like I throw the axe, you throw the knife.
yeah, it was weird.
There's a series on Netflix called Home Game that I'm really interested in. I watched the first 3 episodes so far. I was talking to Brett about it. And the first one is about, again, I can't remember that. It's Stoic something.
Oh, is this the one you're telling me about?
Yeah.
In Italy?
But it's like, everyone's seen like the clips where it's like MMA rugby. So they have it's a field, 40 meters by 80 meters, 27 people on each team. And yeah, like you have like a soccer ball looking ball that you have to run down to the other side, throw it in this net. And in between is just an MMA fight. Like the people are just fighting. Now there's some rules, right? Like as soon as you get knocked down, if you get knocked down to the dirt, then you have to stay down until a point's scored. So it's not like someone gets onto the ground and just like pounds your face in. But yeah, it's like rugby mixed with a little tiny bit of soccer and MMA. And if you want, it's super fucking cool. And so there are some things that were neat about it. So they only play one tournament a year. There's no, like, they're not paid, right? It's just like for King
just
Country.
volunteer services.
Yeah. It's only in Florence, the city of Florence. It's like, so that Florence is broken up into 4 regions. You can only play for the region that you were born in ever. So that doesn't matter where you move to, but like you can come back, but you have to play for the region that you were born in. And they don't have team names or colors, red, green, red, and white, I think.
Red, green, red, and white.
Red, green, blue, and white.
Did COVID really ruin the teams?
Maybe.
Like half that place died.
Yeah. In Rome, they totally did. Like half of Rome is just dead.
Which,
But
I mean, they're
this game
elders.
was super cool. But anyways, it was super. I'm like, okay, that's a man's game. But it originates back to someone was trying to sack Florence, and the Florentines, is that what you call people from Florence?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll do that. They were holding their own, just like whatever. And so to like pretty much say fuck you to these guys, they started this game and they hosted this game in the city of Florence while they were under siege to like tell everyone else, hey, fuck off. Like, we're so badass. We're going to beat the shit out of each other. And then we're going to come beat the shit out of you. And so they had this game, this big celebration. They ended up winning some battles. Obviously, they didn't get sacked and life went on. But then it's been around since then. Yeah, so they do it once a year.
How do you even train for that?
You don't.
You don't. It's like people who I'm assuming it's people who are already like in the MMA scene or in maybe like the rugby scene.
Or just complete jackasses who just want to go out.
Or this
like,
one dude who's super yoked and 40 years old living with his mom. Those kind of people. And a personal trainer.
Like the guys that didn't make the rugby team?
Yeah. But anyway, so the home game, it's a series about these kind of unique games that are from certain regions or certain countries. So they did this one from Italy. They do the Highland Games in Scotland.
Yeah.
And now they're doing free diving. Somewhere from Southeast Asia, they're focusing on these folks from there that are just phenomenal free divers.
There was another show on Netflix called like We Are the Champions.
Is that about Queen? Was it that Freddie Mercury movie?
No, it was
that'd have
I
been
think
good.
We Are Champions or something. But the first episode is about the cheese wheel in
Oh,
England.
yeah, we talked about that where they chased the cheese wheel down the hill.
Yeah.
Dude, people like break bones.
Is that
Yeah.
is there money involved in that?
You just get a block of cheese. A
not
wheel
worth
of
it.
cheese.
Like we were all like, huh, is that worth it?
But people are like,
Is it the
dying.
cheese they roll down the hill?
Yeah.
Gross.
What if
I
it
have no
breaks?
idea.
I don't think it does. The cheese is hard. Like when they make that shit over there, it's like hard until they cut it open, I think.
And then like the second episode was about a pepper eating contest.
That shit, nope.
Yeah,
So
that's-
like apparently on a pepper eating contest, like the last pepper is usually like what's the Carolina Reaper.
and that's not even the hottest pepper anymore, I don't
Well,
think.
I thought
so in
it's
this
not?
I thought some dude crossbred it with something else.
well, watch the second episode of this. That's like if there's 20 peppers or 10 peppers, that's like middle. Like these peppers are angry. Like they look like they're gonna eat your soul. And the guy who won it didn't have taste buds. He could eat whatever he wanted.
But like it still has to
I was
be
going to say
inside
it's still
you.
going to be.
Like it's still.
Oh, it's the girl who came in second is like dying.
Oh,
yeah.
it still is the Carolina Reaper. My bad. I thought some guy had crossbred it with something.
No,
but he didn't.
well, watch this thing because he breeds everything with the Carolina Reaper, and it's like he was measuring the
Scoville.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was like a trillion.
See, I don't know how people.
Yeah,
think
because the Carolina
if I
Reaper is
eat
2,200,000 on the
something
Scoville
that's,
scale.
beyond, and I have a very low spice tolerance, so like
Ketchup
Parmesan
spicy.
garlic. No, I'm okay with that, but I'm not much higher, not much better than just like basic white dude. So it's like Parmesan garlic at Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm like, I'm good. Like I don't really. But like if I eat like Buffalo
manly of you.
yeah, right. Buffalo Wild Wings hot, like eating that makes me nauseous.
So we had the whole family over, and I was making dinner, and I made like curry, and I'm like going through it, making it, and I go to taste it. I'm like, oh shit! Like everyone's coming over. Quickly call down Godfathers. I'm like, I'm gonna need like 3 pizzas just for backup pizzas. So when people are eating this,
Yeah. But yeah, super spicy. Aside from like hurting my face, just makes me nauseous.
You saw that catfish coolie where he ate like 3 Carolina Reapers, then drank a 5th of Fireball.
ugh, did he
And-
die?
No, he started throwing up right away. So he started drinking. This was like probably 3-4 years ago. Started drinking like Bud Light to cool it down. Yeah, it was. He
Still,
went through the Reapers
ooh.
pretty quick. I think it
But
was
they
the
had
5th
those
of
like
Fireball that got him.
spicy. They had like the spicy chip, the spicy nuts.
I'd try the chip once just to see. I think we should all get the chip and try it.
No.
Oh, do you see Shaq?
Fuck off.
Do you
Yeah.
see Shaq do that? We should do a one chip challenge.
You tried it, or you would try it?
I would try it. And then if you want to be a real man, when you get done, you use the dust and rub your eyes.
No.
No, you put it under your foreskin.
That's for someone else then. What do you guys think about the Jake Paul Nate Diaz fight? Anybody have any? I think it's kind of stupid, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a lot of
good
hype
for Jake
around it.
Paul making money.
Yeah, no,
Jake
good
Paul
for him.
makes money.
Jake Paul makes a
Right?
ton
Jake
of money.
Paul prints money. Like,
Yeah,
I don't.
I mean, he can actually fight too if you watch his video.
Yeah, I just
Not-
don't understand all these like. It's like I've told like Drew forever. I was like, I don't even know why they have rankings in the UFC because none of it fucking matters anyway. It's just like whoever talks the most shit has a good chance to fight somebody.
Well, they're an entertainment business.
Right.
Well,
It's
that's
like
where
a mix of like wanting to see the best and we need to make a bunch of money. So,
that's why I mean, like I don't know if you guys have watched The Ultimate Fighter at all this year. And there's a kid that used to train with Drew in Denver. He was on it, or is on it. He made it to the semifinals, but he would end up having to fight one of his teammates on the show, and it was like the most boring thing ever. And then after the fight, Dana White's like, "That was awful. I wouldn't want to see either one of them fight in the UFC again." Like, I mean, it's sports entertainment to an extent, and I don't understand. Like, that's why like I have all the respect for all the martial arts, but like when you like you watch like that, what's his name, Islam Makhachev, who's the lightweight champ right now. He trained with Khabib and all those guys, and all they do is just like lay on top of people.
It's so
and, like
boring.
wrestle fuck them for like
Yeah.
30 minutes, and I'm like, no one like. And I would say I was like, he won't be the champ for long because he doesn't make Dana any money. Nobody wants to watch that fucking guy fight. Nobody wants to watch. If I want to watch jiu-jitsu, which we were supposed to have John on here,
motherfucker.
yeah, I would go watch John. I mean, I'm going to watch jiu-jitsu, that's totally what I'm there for. That's impressive. But otherwise, do not give a fuck about watching it for 15 minutes. If you're gonna like take someone down and submit them in fucking 30 seconds, great.
Cool. Because something's happening.
Yeah. Otherwise, nope.
Stand them up. As soon as they hit the ground, I'm like, stand them up.
And that's kind of like I don't know. That's why
I'd be the
I'm not
worst ref ever.
Like I appreciate boxing, but boxing can get kind of boring like that though too.
Mm-hmm.
I do like watching Crawford box.
I'm trying to see if we can get him on here.
That would be
That'd be cool to talk to him.
like boxing isn't super interesting to me. There's a couple boxers like watching Tyson fights growing up.
He's still the scariest human in the world.
Yeah, I think we talked about that.
Terrifying, yeah.
I would. That's yeah. I would never, ever want to get punched by my.
Didn't someone fuck with him on an airplane not too long
Oh
ago?
yeah, and
Yeah.
he beat the shit out
And the
of him.
judge,
It was great.
the guy took him to court, and the judge like threw it out. He was like, "You basically poked the bear," because people had it on video. And like Tyson sat there for a long time before he fucking turned around and beat
And
the.
more people should get punched in the face for that attitude correction.
And that guy is lucky that Tyson didn't come around the seat and beat him up. He beat him up from over the top of the seat.
and then he stopped and just
Yeah.
let like
right, like that's the thing. Like he stopped.
yeah. I mean, he didn't beat the shit out of him. He just like made a point and like sit the fuck down.
Yeah, but I don't know that Nate. I don't know.
I mean,
Is it
both can
is
get
it boxing?
paid.
Is it MMA?
It's always boxing. That's the reason why he takes these MMA fighters.
I thought they changed it, that it was going to be MMA.
Is
I mean,
it?
if it's
I
if it's
thought-
gonna be
if it- maybe
MMA,
they
he's
did.
fucked. Like
Yeah.
that's a totally different game.
That's totally different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why when
They were talking about
when
changing
McGregor and
it.
Mayweather fight, and then like everybody's like, "Oh, Mayweather should go to the cage and fight McGregor," and he would never happening.
No.
Those guys, there's no like leg training.
I heard Crawford's a pretty damn good wrestler though.
I did hear that. Was it where were we talking to Norm that day and
Yeah.
we talked about it? Yeah, he thinks that Crawford would do all right in an MMA fight.
That fight's tonight. Diaz and
Yeah,
Paul fight it tonight.
is it MMA?
Let's see.
No way.
I don't see
It
Paul.
says boxing.
Yeah, I do not.
I
see
know.
Paul.
Are they loose like boxing rules? Like, can Diaz still do the old Stockton slap? Diaz
He can do whatever he wants. I guarantee he'll do it.
Diaz is kind of a savage though. Like, if you're gonna choose any MMA fighter to box with, I probably wouldn't have chose Nate Diaz though, because can get beat up and does not care. Like he's got hands.
There's something wrong with that guy.
Yeah, but he's got hands too.
He's got that Homer Simpson skull. He just keeps getting hit.
Well, I just don't know if there's anything inside.
Oh.
Yeah, but that dude can throw hands though, for a long time.
He's a hell of a fighter.
Yeah, I think it'll be an alright fight. I don't know if it's going to go in Jake Paul's favor or not. They're probably just both doing it for a ton of money.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Dude, Jake Paul prints money. Like,
right. People
and I don't know why.
him.
I don't know what he ever... Wasn't he just an Instagram guy?
Yeah, YouTube guy, YouTube channel.
Sure. Or yeah, YouTube, yeah.
Probably started on Vine.
Yeah. I don't know what...
I thought his brother was more famous first. Logan Paul, and then...
Who's the one that's been in the WWE a bunch lately? Is that Logan or Jake? One of them's been doing a bunch of stuff in the WWE.
They both look like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 10-round fight.
Speaking of terrible fights, did you guys watch Thor and Eddie Hall fight a couple years ago?
That was pretty terrible.
That was so bad.
I was Team Eddie Hall, but
Eddie was just standing there just trying to like load up one
just
punch.
Trying to throw fucking
just
bombs.
trying to load up one punch.
Eddie is funny, though.
He's hilarious.
he's very
True.
entertaining. Yeah.
I think they're doing another season of that Strongest in the World Strongest or whatever.
Strongest man in history.
Yeah, I think they're doing another season of it, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you see the one with a cannon? Like, I think it was either Civil War. I think it was a Civil War like story. This guy like picked up a cannon and like carried it.
Oh yeah.
And they like went out there and like, there's no freaking way this guy picked up a cannon.
Who was the third dude? Why can't I think of the third guy's name?
Nick Best.
Yeah.
Why does he cry? He cried every episode.
Because
Nick Best literally cried every
but it could have
time.
been his last. He was like 50, man.
Still.
Yeah, he's old. He's in his 50s.
Every episode, crying.
Oberst drinking the bottle of water out of Eddie's shoe.
Oh yeah, who's gonna get more likes on Instagram?
And they like went into the competition without wearing socks because they wanted to make their shoes as nasty as possible. And he just pours a oh god.
Oberst is a pretty large human. Matt and I saw him at a Walgreens in Florida
Yeah.
during the Olympia.
Like, there's not a lot of people that like dwarf me, and we saw him, and I was like, "Ooh, shit!"
And he just had this dude with him that just like was walking around carrying his stuff for him.
Yeah.
He would just grab some off the shelf and just like give it to him and make him hold it. And that guy was tiny, or at least
He's
looked
probably
tiny.
normal.
Yeah, he was probably normal. Just standing next to him, he was tiny. But yeah, here, carry my shit. That's like all it was.
Like, have you ever seen like Yao Ming next to Shaq? He makes Shaq look small.
Like, yeah, like so short. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yao Ming didn't make it very far though.
Yeah, he did. Yao Ming played 10+ years in the NBA.
Yeah, did he? Did he do anything cool? Did he?
Yao Ming was pretty solid.
Was he? Did he beat Shaq?
I mean, Shaq was the most dominant player in the freaking basketball.
Shaq was a freak athlete.
Dude.
Shaq is super athletic.
Yeah. For being 7,000 feet tall and 300 pounds, like, and be able to jog up and down the court most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, he got up to like 350 or something. Or
I think
320.
he's
there.
bodybuilding now. He's trying to bodybuild.
I saw him doing
He's
his
just
pose
calling
down
out
the other
Phil
day.
Heath or something.
Yeah, he's doing like some pose down in
What
his gym.
happened to Phil Heath?
He lost.
Right, he lost, but then did he just like go away?
Yeah, I feel like whenever
he had some
anybody
medical
loses the
problems or
Olympia
something.
and they lose, they just kind of fade away. Like Jay Cutler's the only one that's really stayed around. I feel like Dorian Yates is still out there, but he's just like smokes
Ronnie
weed and
Coleman's
does
still around.
yoga.
Ronnie Coleman's still training.
Well, kind of.
Eight hip surgeries later.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's
1,000 hip
trying.
surgeries. Yeah.
But
There was just a video of him and Arnold working out on Venice Beach.
Yeah, they just all kind of fade away as soon as they're done. But I mean, the Olympia does make a good amount of money, though.
I mean, that is a sport that you just burn hot in.
Yeah,
Like,
your drug regimen is very aggressive.
Yeah.
To be like that for that long.
But I feel like strongman's kind of the same way. There's a lot of strongmen, you only remember a few. Like, everyone knows Pujanowski.
yeah,
You
who-
know Shaw.
Mitchell Cooper. He's the guy that just won. Was that
Cooper,
him?
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Like,
I don't know who that is.
where did he?
Yeah.
Where did he come out of?
That's just,
Isn't he Canadian?
And what about the guy that won last year?
Maybe.
What was his name?
yeah.
Nobody
See?
knows.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
So,
No, wasn't one of the, wasn't one of the Scottish?
Stoltman's
yeah,
one.
Stoltman's.
Let's see.
Who was the guy that got like the bloody nose with the Arnold? Didn't he win the? Didn't he win
No.
Worlds? What was that guy's name?
I have no
Who's that
idea.
Polish fella? He just had like blood pouring down his
Yeah,
face.
I thought he won the World's Strongest Man.
I don't think so.
Oleski.
You don't even know what you're talking about. You're just making up names.
No, it's like Oleski Novikov. He won like 3 years ago. He was actually under 300 pounds and won. That's how I know.
I'd like to see Spencer Remick do something.
Yeah.
Spencer's coming up strong. He's trained here a few times.
Yeah, but a lot of those guys I mean, like to try and be 6, let's just say like Shaw, like to try and maintain 6'8", 400 pounds. Like you can only do that for so long.
Right, and stay healthy.
Yeah.
I still think like if Thor hadn't got so pissed at the Strongman Federation, like he had at least another win in him.
No, he did the smart thing though. He went and did a powerlifting cycle. He did a powerlifting meet and trained powerlifting and came back and won World's Strongest Man.
But he was like built for it, like his body size.
Well, it all depends. Like World's Strongest Man, besides Shaw and besides like Pujanowski and then like Big Z, like the 3 of the greatest. They think Shaw won at 4, Z won at 4, and Pujanowski won at 5.
5, yeah.
The other guys win when the events fit them. Like Eddie won when the events fit Eddie.
Yeah, and Pujanowski went on to do what, MMA?
Have you seen his MMA fights?
He beats the shit out of people.
He crushes people.
But I mean, but
As
he got
long
more
as they
athletic.
end in the first round.
See, and I think that's where I wish.
That's-
I think Shaw should kind of get out and start to try to get healthy.
I think he
Like-
should train people.
Well, yeah, but I think he should get like he's got a sweet setup now.
But it was his last Strongman, right? He he announced that he was done after the last one.
The Shaw Classic is his last one.
Yeah,
It's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
You think
But I mean, it's
Pujanowski
like
was the
he's-
one that changed it though, because it seemed like he was the most athletic strongman
Dude,
from that time.
Freak
He
of
changed the
nature.
Dude, he was a
tone.
super
he
athlete.
said he got
Yeah.
all of his
Jacked.
energy from eating candy bars.
Well,
Probably.
when you're funded by
I mean-
the state, like you can kind of do whatever you want.
But even like Savickas leaned out and got a lot smaller and healthier. That guy's head is massive.
Z?
though. Yeah.
Big Z's fat.
Now
He's competing again.
Oh, is he?
Oh.
He's
Well,
at
he got
Masters.
smaller there for a while.
Actually-
he must
actually,
need money.
My buddy competed against him in OSG last year in the Masters comp.
Did he beat him? So we can say he beat Big Z.
I met Savickas. He's a big guy.
He's huge.
He is, wide. It was funny because he was just lost in a hallway at the Arnold. He like had no idea where he was at. He's like, I'm trying to find hotel, and I was like,
You're in the hotel, bud.
yeah, I was like, I just was like, I think it's that way over there. I don't fucking know. But can we get a picture before you get lost again?
Did you get one?
Yeah. Benzel was with me. He made Benzel look small, and that's when Benzel was big.
Benzel's a big boy.
Yeah, and yeah, Savickas made him look small.
So everybody knows Brett had a chance to get a picture with Rich Piana, but he cinched up.
I didn't do it. He was eating breakfast. I don't want to bother him. Then he
Should
died.
have just stood behind him and took a selfie of his
And then he died. I should have came up behind him. Motherfucking shake time.
fucking morning.
Yeah, speaking of sports, I was walking into Scheels last weekend, and I was like, oh man, I should probably try to poop. The fucking downstairs bathroom
It's closed. Yeah.
Closed.
It's been closed for a
It
long
has been.
time.
Closed.
Yeah.
No, the upstairs was closed.
Was
Because they
it?
remodeled it.
No, I think
I didn't even know there was an upstairs bathroom for the
I think
longest time until I had to
the
take a-
downstairs was
Yeah,
closed.
right. Yeah.
So the upstairs is
No idea it was there. I had an emergency shit, and Chris was like, "Where you going?" I was like, "To take a shit." The escalators over. He's like, "There's a bathroom like right fucking." I was like, "No kidding."
This is a real game changer.
I mean,
here.
it is by like the toys and bikes. So
Yeah.
you probably walk right
It's
past.
like
So-
right above the.
Because you get off the escalator and turn right.
Yeah,
You've never turned left, have you?
unless I'm going to the gun section.
Yeah.
It's faster to go left. No, so I was like, "Oh fuck." So I go I'm like, "Oh fine, I'll just go upstairs." Closed for cleaning.
Don't care.
So there's
Get out of the way.
this lady standing here, and she was like, "Real fucking opportune time to clean the bathrooms, isn't it?" And I was like, "Right." Somebody comes out of the family bathroom. That one's open.
You
I
stay
was
farm
like,
that lady out of the
You,
way.
lady
just,
and you're
you
just
wouldn't have
fucking-
dropped an emergency shit in the family bathroom.
So I was like, "You can
That's
go first."
fine.
I go, "You can go first. You're already here." And she's like, "Okay." And I was like, "I hope she's not shitting because this is gonna." So she comes out, and then I go in there, and I'm like, "If I stay in here long enough, maybe the other bathroom will be open, right? Because it is not good. It's what's going on in the bathroom is not good with me.
So did you poop in it?
I had to. I almost
Good.
shit myself
I thought
in
you
the
were saying
hallway.
like you were going in there to wait.
No.
no, he was hoping that.
I was hoping if I just stayed in there
There was
long
no
enough
line
shitting, like the
behind
line
him.
would, like the other one would open
Gotcha.
up.
'Cause you-
So of course, this always
luck
happens.
in there.
I'm in there shitting. Somebody's fucking yanking on the door, like knocking. If it's fucking locked, for everyone out there
Did
who
you put a
listens,
sock on the handle?
if the fucking door is locked, someone's probably in there. Like, do you think it's like a fucking mistake?
But you don't
well,
know.
and then like a minute later they check it again. Like where the fuck did you
Oh
go?
no, it happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes later, they yank on the door. So I as soon as I just exploded in there, I flushed the toilet. 'Cause I was like, I got to get the fucking smell out of here before this lady
Yeah.
comes in here because it's gonna be some lady
Right.
after me.
Nah.
So I fucking flush it. I get done.
Courtesy flush.
I flush like 2 more times, just make sure there's no fucking swirlies, you know.
Yeah.
So I wash my hands, and it's like this like tiny little girl standing outside, like, well, she's not a little girl, but this tiny lady's out there, and I come out and I just like jet like as fast as I can to like.
But did you apologize to her?
Nope. I just opened the door and I just fucking took off like I didn't want them to see me around the store again.
Did you say good luck?
Nope. I just left and I came back, and then like later on I was like, oh man, I have to poop again.
You should have handed out cards and been like, "Hey, I got a podcast where I talk about shit in my pants. If you think this was impressive, you should hear
Do you
some
want
of
to
the
hear
other
more about
stories."
this?
Yeah. If you want to
Did you
hear more about
Matt
this
shitting on his hand?
Yeah. So
Almost blew the fucking door off this thing. It's a good thing you weren't standing on the other side. Have you ever seen Backdraft?
oh, fuck. So by the time I had to go back again, at least the other bathrooms were open. Because then I'll like when I go in a regular bathroom, I'll sit in the stall until like people are gone. Because you don't want to be like walk out that, because it's always that awkward when you walk out of a stall shit and that someone's like looking at you like, yeah, you fucking stink, dude.
Yeah. No, I just walk right past him.
I don't give a
I just wait for him to. I wait till it's empty, and then you come out, and you're just like. So then if somebody comes in and they say something like, "Yeah, man, you fucking believe some guy just shit in here and fucking left."
It was on the floor.
Fucking stinks in here.
Gross.
That is the worst. Like when you like if I was behind you in the bathroom, I go in there and pee, and then I come out. There's someone like that was not me. That was the guy. That was the other guy.
Happened on an airplane. I did not shit in there, and I came out and I was like, dude, that was not me.
I was just saying, like, I don't think I could physically sit down to take a shit in
there's
an
not a
airplane.
fucking-
You'd have
There's
to
no
back
way.
in. You'd have to open the door back
There's
in.
not a chance. I don't know how you did.
Like I can lean.
I didn't shit on an airplane.
Oh, someone else did. Oh, okay, got
No,
it.
someone else did, and I peed, and then I came out, and they were like, I was like, dude, that was not
You
me.
can probably barely pee because I have to like give a lean over.
I can lean against the door and still pee in the toilet, like no problem.
Yeah, I was just like, that was not me. And I pee pretty fast, so I think that they knew I wasn't lying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
I look down on those people that shit on airplanes, especially if it's less than a 2-hour flight.
Especially like for the people who
I mean,
sitting right
sometimes
next
there's
to
an
the toilet.
emergency.
Right, like we've done international flights where it's like 10, 12 hours. I'm like, okay,
You're
I
gonna
get it.
shit.
You guys, you're gonna have to shit. I get that.
I had to sit one time. I was sitting across from like the back shitter, like on the, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like the seat.
I
Somebody's back
spent
there
11
blowing
hours
it up.
going to Scotland, sitting right next to the shitter in the back.
Somebody's there blowing it up. You
Just
gotta smell
smelling
their shit
poop
the rest
and
of the
pee
time.
and bleach all day long.
Yeah.
Gross.
No care for people around them. That should be today's lessons. Have care for people around you when you're shitting. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
gonna gross
Like,
yourself out, it's
I
fine.
almost always courtesy flush. Like as soon as the
Oh, yeah.
first round has made it out, I'll flush.
Unless I want to like take a look at it.
Yeah, most of the time I don't. It's just gonna be pudding anyway.
Yeah, it's like cow manure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if I feel like it's gonna be good, I'm gonna take a look though.
Like
And
if
then it's usually
like,
disappointing.
it's like a super long. Like you're like this thing's huge. We get in there. It's like that.
There used
Like,
to
what
be
the-
there used to be a website you could put your poop on.
Yeah,
It
I
was,
remember that. Yeah.
yeah, it was rateyourduty.com.
When Erin and I first started dating, I lived in a house with 3 other dudes, and she stayed over one night, and I got up, took a shit in the morning. It was a super long, epic turd, and it was sticking up like out of the water. And the way the bathroom was set up, it was adjacent to the master where Benny slept, and Benny usually was up like shortly after me, so I left it in there thinking he'd come out and like spot it.
Nope.
Nope, I came back, went to sleep. Erin goes in there, she goes back, she's someone took a shit in the toilet and just left it. And I was like, oh my God, that's gross. I'll go flush it.
Did you say, oh my God, you didn't flush it, did you?
Yeah, it's like, did you get rid of
Been
it?
saving
'Cause,
that.
Like, was it big? I mean, just saying.
Were you like,
What do you think about
yeah,
it?
were you impressed?
yeah, I'm like, what do you think?
Yeah, I had the leading dump on that website one day.
Really?
Yeah, it was the featured picture.
No shit. Did you print that page? Like, did you print that
This
off?
was like-
Screenshot it.
This was like back in the day. Like iPhone 1 was out because my roommate took a picture
Yeah.
of the shit with his iPhone 1. I had to
Yeah.
take a
Man.
digital camera picture and fucking load it on like dial-up basically to get it on there.
I would have printed that homepage, framed it.
I called my sister and I was like, hey, go check out this website. And she's like dry heaving while she's looking at the website. And I go, you see that poop up in the corner? That's
That's
me.
mine. Champion forever.
Yeah. It was fucking pretty. It was a big day in my life.
Yeah. Some might call it the culmination.
Yeah.
That
it's
should be in your bio.
that should be a sport, actually. Like race shitting. But yeah, I feel like that's a good life lesson that everybody should know. Be respectful to people that are going to shit behind you.
Courtesy
Safety
flush,
flush.
man. Yeah. Courtesy
Courtesy flush, or you know what? If you're in a bathroom that has a fucking, first of all, if it has a plunger and you clog it, plunge it.
Right.
If they don't have a plunger, I get it. Or if they have a brush, clean your shit streaks out of the toilet.
But you have to be just a dickhead to shit and plug. Unless, like, sometimes you have just an explosive one that's like everything, but most of the time there's a couple rounds. First round comes out flush. Like, you know if it's gross or not.
Yeah.
Prevent the plugging.
Yeah, if the tools are there, clean up after yourself. Don't be a filth biscuit.
Yeah.
Also, if you get toilet paper on the floor, it's yours. Pick it up.
Yeah.
I don't
You
care
don't
if
have
it's
to
clean.
wipe with it, but just throw it away.
Yeah, it should be clean. I mean, I dropped a hot dog on the floor at the gas station this morning. I picked it up.
Put
you
it back in
didn't
the.
eat it.
I left it out of the wrapper. No, it wasn't on the roller. I didn't put it back in the wrapper. I set it on top of the wrapper back where it was at. If I was an employee, I'd be like, oh, that's out of the wrapper. We should probably throw that away.
Come on.
I
Gas
doubt if
station?
any a gas station employee.
What kind of quality employees do you think they have?
It's a
Hold-
QT.
Some poor bastard bought
So
that.
Yeah.
you put it back.
Yeah.
You didn't throw it away.
I didn't put it back.
I'm not
like-
sure that's any better. I think if you were going to drop it on the floor and not throw it away, I think leaving it there is better than putting it fucking back for someone else.
But it was I set it on top of the wrapper, so it's outside of all the other ones are in wrappers. So
There's
you
a
would.
trash can right next to it.
There wasn't, and I didn't want to walk around with it and throw it away like I stole it.
You should have just been like, hey, I found this on the ground.
They're like, oh yeah, okay.
Somebody dropped this.
For a split second, I thought about still buying it. I was like, I mean, it's probably not that bad. It wasn't. It was in the open floor. It wasn't underneath of anything. In the open floor, I've seen them clean it there. Underneath of something like you said, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. But open floor, I feel like it was fine.
Yeah, it might be fine.
I was making my lunch the other day at work, and like I dropped it off the counter onto the ground, like with the floor mat. The floor mat's pretty gross, and I I put it all back on the plate, and I put it in the microwave. I'm like contemplating whether I'm going to eat it or not.
Yeah, you still ate it.
Nah, I threw it away.
Really? It's your store.
Yeah, but
You
exactly.
uncleanly fuck.
Exactly.
God.
There are 4 guys that work there.
I've eaten fucking food off of like the floor here. I've
I thought
eaten.
you snagged a French fry off the floor yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
But it was
Well,
one of like the good long soft ones. So like you
I
can
worked
just,
for a
like-
mechanic. I ate fucking food off the garage floor. Not like bread. It wasn't like a piece of bread because that really absorbs a lot of stuff.
Well, this was like chicken and rice. There's like a lot of absorbing going on.
Yeah, what's on this mat? Do you guys not clean?
I mean, ish.
Fair.
I mean, we clean like guys. Like, I mean, like you take the big chunks off.
Got it.
Like, yeah. You
Don't
know,
you-
like
don't you mop
my wife's like, did you wipe the counter down? I'm like, yeah. And I took my hand and wiped the crumbs off. Like, I'm not getting a fucking.
But you
rat
guys
out.
don't mop the floor. You don't mop the floor at your store.
I mean, it's been mopped.
Yeah.
This was like back in our break room
I'm
area.
glad that we sell your products here, so people don't have to go to your filthy store.
No, the showroom clean that gets mopped. I just actually just mopped that. But like back in just where we're at, like in the break room,
Oh, it's in the break room.
yeah.
Yeah, those are always gross.
Clean-ish.
Well, yeah. Anybody else got anything they'd like to add to today's wealth of knowledge that we've put out?
So we're talking about stupid sports. What's the dumbest thing you want to try? Like, do you want to try your
Running
little-
with the bulls.
That's definitely up there.
But not only running with the bulls, touch the bull so I can get the red scarf.
There you go.
Was there something where you sit on like a big couch and go down a hill or something? Like some sport they had somewhere where it was something, not a sport, but like an event. Where they
Doesn't
had-
Red Bull do something like that where you build some stupid contraption? and
Yeah,
try to,
something
like
jump
that.
off into a lake or something.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
I'd like to skydive.
Well, then go do it.
I can't. Too heavy.
You just
That's a
got to take an
thing?
extra class.
So
You can't jump tandem if you're if you're over 275.
So you have to go and you have to take a longer
Which
class.
they can drop a fucking elephant out of a helicopter or like a tank.
Right,
And that's
but
fine.
so when you do, because I was looking, at least the last time I looked into it, you have to take a longer class, so there's a little more front
Because
end
you
work.
jump by yourself.
Yeah, so you jump by yourself,
that's-
but then
but you jump static.
yeah, you jump a static line. So as soon as you jump out, your pull cord is hooked to the plane, so it immediately deploys. You don't get to free fall at all, and you have to do 2 or 3 static jumps before you can do a free fall jump.
So
I don't know if I have the shoulder mobility to throw that thing out of your fucking bag that makes your parachute eject.
That's why
you
they
just
static.
pull.
Yeah, you just
I don't think you pull.
Yeah,
I
you
had a
do.
buddy who jumped, and they have the little thing you throw out of that. It's a weight you throw out, and that's what ejects it. I don't know that it's a. I think
I
that's how they-
pulled. When I jumped, I pulled.
But how long ago was that? You're elder.
That's true. So when I did jump tandem, and I had someone about your size. He was on my back. You go through all the class, right? Like
Yeah.
get out, You get your pose, do whatever. It all went out the window as soon as I jumped. And so I jump and we end up upside down. So like I'm facing like up and I'm just falling. Like I'm not doing anything. He yells
No fucking help over here.
He yells in my ear. He's like, "You're too fucking big. I can't turn to you. You're going to have to turn over." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I turn over, freaking get in position, pull the chute, and then he's like, "I am paying you back for that." And he freaking yanks on the freaking side of the parachute. And we just like, it feels like we're going sideways. Like I'm freaking dizzy. He's like, "Okay, we're going to do the other side." I said, "I will throw up on you." Like you can actually have a conversation up there. Like I will puke on you. So he didn't do the other side. But yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Just staring at the sky. Like completely unaware.
So this is how it ends, huh?
No, I was just like, "Oh,
That's
this is
always
cool."
the worry in my back of my mind
Bad
is like,
story about it too.
See, the good thing about that though is that's like a dead height. It's not like if you fall from a ladder, like fixing something out here, you're just gonna break something.
yeah, but you're waiting to die though.
But if you fall from 5,000 feet, you're dead.
Yeah, well, so when you go tandem, you're going to go to 10,000,
Fuck
and
yeah.
you fall to 5, and then you pull around 5. But there are so many safeties on that thing, and if you have someone tandem, they want to get to the ground too.
well, don't they have the little thing that will automatically eject your chute if you don't?
I have 2,000, like 1,000 or 2,000 feet. It's like a little class thing that goes. So you have your chute, you have a secondary chute, and then you have an emergency chute. But yeah, I just pulled.
Yeah, 'cause I had a buddy that did a bunch of jumps and he had to do they throw the thing out of the back.
I mean, I'm sure that there's different ways to deploy, but everything I was reading, it's like you pull the cord, and that opens a flap, and there's a little tiny parachute that catches, and that little tiny parachute is what pulls everything else out.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. I'd like to skydive.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to be like the story, like, "Ah, man, you believe that guy's chute didn't open?" That's not the one I want.
Or his second shoot.
There was a
Yeah.
guy.
Did you see how he bounced?
There was a guy on YouTube, and he jumps, and his chute doesn't open. His secondary chute doesn't open, and he's has a GoPro on. He's like talking about, "Bill, like this is it," and he freaking ends up. This is in Australia. He ends up in some like gorse bush and broken ankle. That's it.
Fucking Australians.
I mean, I've heard stories of people who hit the ground and live.
Yeah.
Nope. If both those shoots fail, fucking arms tucked, head first. We're just fucking. We're
Because I
getting.
think if you're free falling, you want to make yourself as big as possible.
I mean, if
don't
you want to slow down,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
what I'm
only
saying,
go
like
so
if-
fast.
if both
terminal
my shoots,
velocity is what
Yeah.
300
the speed of
something
velocity, speed of gravity with 9.8 meters per second.
well, it's a,
Plus your
I thought it
weight.
was-
Something with your weight, isn't it?
Yeah, because you have like air resistance, but I think it's close to like 300 miles an hour. But if you just tuck your arms and go head first, like
Oh yeah, it's a bullet train.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying if both chutes don't open, here we go.
I don't know. You say that.
I'm making the duck
First, I
face.
think you're going to excrete all your bodily
Oh,
fluids.
100% I'm gonna piss myself.
There's just going to be a trail of shit behind Matt.
A trail of shit and pee and vomit as I go head first towards the ground.
Good. What about you, Chris?
I already
He
said
wants to do the couch.
yeah, the couch thing. I'm not
He's a
big on
badass.
jumping out of fucking airplanes. I'll tell you that. I get enough.
Is it because you used to be
real-
fat?
Yes, probably, most likely. I've heard some bad stories. I worked with a guy one time that did the tandem thing, and he goes, "Yeah, I went through all the training. You know, it was a great thing. Jump out of the airplane, chute doesn't open. Or jump out of the airplane, first chute doesn't open." And the guy's like, "Oh, that's cool. We got a secondary one." And then the secondary one doesn't open, and the guy's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." And then all of a sudden, right before he's like messing with it, trying to get it to open. And then right before they're about to hit the ground, it fucking opens. And then he's like, this is gonna hurt. But before that, the guy was basically telling him he was sorry that they were gonna die.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
You know, and so I'm like, I think I'm good on that. Or there's a comedian one time that talked about this, and he was like, yeah, man. He goes, my daughter, she turned 18. You know, she's an adult now, so I was gonna do something, you know, with her, and she wanted to go skydiving. And he goes,
Something.
yeah. And he goes, well, how bad could this end up? And then he goes, I have a dream that next thing you know, I'm at the house, I'm blowing into a straw like Christopher Reeve, and my wife's putting throw rugs in the hallway because she's banging some dude, so I can't get down the hallway to see what's going on. You know? He's like, so, you know, I decided skydiving probably wasn't for me.
Wow.
So then that's all. Every time someone mentions
Throw
skydiving,
rugs though. Like,
every time,
that was
every time someone mentions skydiving, that's all I think about. Like, nah, I'd probably live and then just be like,
that bitch wrinkled up the rudder. Now I can't get down the hallway.
what are you guys doing down there? Hey, my straw's not working anymore.
the throw rug. That's the cherry on top of that sundae.
No skydiving. For me.
Somebody thought about that one.
I don't really have a sport, but I do want to punch a bear in the face.
kind of bear? Like a koala bear?
No, I want a polar bear.
Nope, not a polar bear.
Don't be a pussy if you're gonna do it. You fucking do a polar bear. They hunt people.
Like a black bear.
Like a big gay bear?
We know a guy who likes gay bears. He could probably hook you up with that.
They'll fight you.
Yeah, I think you, and that's one of those instances where like getting naked to fight isn't going to help you.
Yeah, the opposite.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
like a black bear.
More bears.
I mean, maybe not like a grizzly bear, or definitely not a polar bear.
Yeah.
Is that
Polar
what's
bear.
that? The
Have you
revenant?
seen the video of
revenant?
those? Have you seen the video of those? Like this, like three. I think there were 4 guys like on an iceberg, like,
Yeah.
and the polar bear like snatched 3 of them off.
Oh yeah, we were talking
Yeah.
about that last, and it was
Yeah.
like Joe Rogan talked about it, and he
Oh,
said how
yeah.
they could just watch the polar bear coming for him, and then they watched.
There was nothing they
watch
could do
their
except
friend
jump in the
die.
water or
Yeah.
fight a bear. Yeah.
Like one guy survived, polar bear got full.
There was another one he was talking about. Some guy made some plexiglass thing.
Yeah.
He was, and this bear was trying. That polar bear wanted to eat that guy, and was doing everything it could to get into the side of that cage to get that guy.
Yeah. Polar bears are like one of 3 animals that hunt humans. It's like polar bears, lions, and other humans.
There's like actually a decent amount. I looked that up the other day because I was talking about it with one of my clients. There's quite a few that hunt humans. That are
Like
like what do
what?
they call them? Like
Polar bears?
there's quite a few animals that hunt humans. They're they're not like selective about what they hunt basically.
Most
'Cause they're
most
talking about,
animal
like tigers will hunt humans, like jaguars.
they will eat humans, but actively hunt them down. It's only like I think it's only polar bears, lions, and humans.
Hmm.
Like will stalk you down. I mean, anything will eat. I mean, a shark will eat you. Like if you're
Like on Wedding Crashers. Let's hunt something cool, like a human. Yeah, like a fucking human.
We've all seen Surviving the Game.
is that the one with Ice-T?
Yeah.
That was a terrible, great movie at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, guys. I think we educated a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone is now smarter for listening to this.
Well, totally.
All right, guys. We appreciate you listening. Subscribe, follow us, set up auto downloads.
Like that last video, so we can do the VO2 max.
Yes, we have some shorts out there. Follow us on Rumble, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, all of it. Like I said, even if you don't like us, tell everybody that you don't like us, so they'll listen to us.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next time.